guys, so don't mind my hair. I just took a shower and I thought it's perfect to make this video. I made an armpit video before because someone requested that, but a lot of Filipino women are obsessed with their armpit, or at least making their armpits lighter. I mean, no one is born really with a dark, like, black armpit. Everyone is like either has a very light armpit or just brown armpit, and usually we get darker armpits because of the coloring and chemicals, and I believe is it aluminum in our deodorant. I'm not sure, but there are, like, chemicals in our deodorant that makes our armpit darker, which is not so pretty, I think. I mean, at least if you were not born with that. So you can have two options. So one is to use crystals, and I'm not joking, guys, if you have never seen this before, but it's a crystal or a stone. I think it's a crystal. It's called Tawas here in the Philippines. As you can see, Tawas is the name. So what you do after you shower, when your body is still moist, and you can do this on other areas of your body, like that sweats or that is darkened by misuse, like your knees. If they get, like, darkened, I will show you my knees. Like, if you can see that, I'm not sure you can see that. There's a shadow, but as you can see, because I was kneeling, I'm not sure. But on there, and also on areas where you sweat, like here in the Philippines, it's so hot and warm, so I sweat here, and even under my chest, it becomes sweaty. And sometimes if I'm moving a lot, then it smells sweat, and even smells like almost like underarm, Ew. But I shower and mostly if I eat a lot of meat. Otherwise, no, when I was vegan, I wasn't smelling like that. So you can use this, and or this, it's Milieu Magic Buff. You can buy it here in the Philippines at SM Mall. Milieu something Magic Buff. So either this crystal or this Magic Buff, it's the same ingredient. It's also Tawas, but the difference is it looks like a foundation, which is a puff, and you do like this, and you would get some of the powder there. It's from this, guys. It's exactly like foundation. I will show you how to use that later, but yeah, for now, let's just pretend you want this. So you either go in the bathroom and do this, or you get a glass and you dip. Messing up. Here, it's so wet now. On the floor. Yeah. So you either do this, clumsy like me. So you wet your stone. See, it's super wet. So you wet that, and you choose the smoothest area so you don't damage your skin. And if you want, I will dip my finger in the glass to make my skin there, because if it's like dry, it will scratch this one. This one will scratch the skin, and you just carefully use it as a deodorant, guys. Carefully, so you don't scratch, especially after you have shaved your armpit, guys. Be very careful, and you do the same thing with the other armpit. So you do the same thing with the other. I forgot to wet my underarm. Yeah, do you do like that? Just fix. You do that. Be careful and get the smoothest. And this is not only to whiten your skin, but this serves as a deodorant, because it sucks moist, guys. So, and I've used this before. I know it works. Yeah. So that's what you do. That's what you do with that's what you do if you use this, and after using it you wet it, and then dry it and put it on a piece of cloth, so it dries out. And that's what you do if you use the crystal or Tawas. You do that, and you remember, wet your skin first. And yeah, you can also use that here. I forgot to show you, and it's the same principle, guys. So you take the smoothest part, and you just rub it on places where you usually sweat. I like sweat here a lot. You just rub it carefully, guys. Okay, look at that. Don't you think that's mesmerizing? Especially when it's wet. It's like Michael is obsessed with agates. It's like almost an agate that becomes so much more beautiful when it's wet and also tumble dry. So you do that. As you can see, if you are sensitive, especially if you are sensitive, you put lotion first on your skin before doing all this. Okay, I forgot to tell you. So it's like meditating almost. I don't use makeup on me, guys, but things like this only takes minutes. So it's good for sweating. Again, sweating, it prevents you from sweating too much. You will still sweat, but not much. So you do that, and also under your chest. People usually sweat there, and on your feet if you want that. If your feet smells, my feet don't smell, so I don't need to put that. Just be very careful when you put it on your skin. Now, if you want to use the puff, you would do the opposite thing. You have to dry your skin first, because otherwise I think one of the reasons is that so the puff will not be wet, but otherwise I don't know why it should be dry. I don't know why. Tell me if you know. So like what I showed you before, you tap. I think this is perfect ASMR, guys. And you put everywhere where you are like sweating. And I have used it like a few times, and it works. It works, guys. So you tap again, and you put, and it will. They say it will whiten your skin. I'm not sure. My skin doesn't have to be white, but I want my original color on my underarm bit. It wasn't brown or black before. It was just like this, you know, just like my skin. And I've been using the crystal for like, so you just rub it, guys, until you're satisfied. I've been using the crystal for around a month now, and I think it has become lighter. If you watch my I think the crystal is perhaps more effective to whitening than this puff. I'm not sure, but the one thing I don't like with the crystal is that if you forget to be really careful, especially if you've shaved, it might sting. So that's why I prefer this puff instead. And it's so much easier. I don't have to wet my underarm. I just dry off like, you know, like a normal person, and then put on this as, yeah, I know it looks like, yeah, my underarm here, as you can see, is darker than that, which shows that it's not natural that I have darker skin there. I think this is a problem, more of a problem for Filipinos or Southeast Asians, or people who are into, you know, entertainment business. So you put that because, you know, they do photoshops. They would never do it when if you have light underarm. And there are lots of Filipinos who have their natural underarm color because they never used deodorant, but they only used that crystal. And I have seen like products like this before in wet markets, guys. They would sell those, you know, just powdered, and people would sometimes put water, you know, in bottles. But I think this is a smarter move to do. So that's it. That's what you do. And yeah, sorry for my hair. It doesn't look good when it's wet. So I've bought products like this before. This one, I've not this shape, but I've bought like crystal like that, but it is inside a deodorant. So instead of a plastic one like this, guys, this is a Danish, no, it's a Swedish product, and this doesn't have coloring, so I don't think this will darken your skin, but it's full of chemicals still, so it might have, I don't know if it has aluminium or something. So I've used deodorant like this, but it has that crystal inside, so it's formed like that. And what I did was to moisten my skin, but maybe I was doing it the wrong way before, because I didn't feel that it was giving me protection, and I was still in Sweden and Denmark you don't sweat a lot there. So I mean, I wasn't sweating, but I was like noticing there was some smell. So maybe I did not moisten my skin enough, or yeah, maybe because I'm using this crystal now for a month since we came. My sister gave me, and at first I was borrowing hers. She told me to get my own. She had lots of crystals, and I just took hers because hers were already smooth, because you know she has been using it. But please remember, if you ever find it in your stores, because they do sell it in Europe, so I bet they sell it in the States and other countries too. So if you find that, you know, that one that looks like this but has a crystal, a transparent crystal like this, do wet it properly, and also your underarm before using it, and then you use it, and then you just blow until it dries out. Sometimes I don't dry it out, and it's a very good deodorant and anti-perspirant, and it really works. You don't smell. Maria doesn't smell, and she has that Middle East blood, you know. Before, when she was still eating meat, she would smell even with a very strong deodorant. So I really recommend this as an anti-odor thing, and also to keep your natural color. So even fair skinned people would get darker skin on their underarm if they use like deodorant with harsh chemicals. So I mean, I think it has whitened my arm even before I put that, but you know, now it has that puff. I think after just 1 month, it is. I was like checking out the thumbnail of my video, and my armpits color on that video was darker than what I have now. Yeah, if you want to check that out, just write ASMR underarm ScorpioAnnYT, and you will see that video. So I just thought making this video for you guys, as many Filipinos and Asians and some fair-skinned people are obsessed with their underarm, you know, keeping it nice smelling and good looking, and you know, not discolored. But I think it's mostly Filipinos and Asians who are more like obsessed with it, like thinking about it so much, like, you know, shaving it and putting creams and everything, putting crystals, and almost like, yeah, it's an obsession. Yeah, pulling hair and things. It's like, I don't know. Filipinos are just obsessed with it. Filipinos are usually obsessed with whitening the whole skin, but also with the underarm you will see it. Like in stores you will see whitening, and I'm not doing it to make my armpit white, as you know, as white people. I just want to have it like before I started using deodorant, my skin was just my normal skin in my underarm. So I hope you like this video, guys. I tried to make it soothing for you, and if you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to this channel, ScorpioAnnYT, and to click on the bell next to the subscribe button down below. And please subscribe to my boyfriend's channel also, Michael Soothing ASMR, and to my daughter's 3 channels, Art and Beauty Freak and Ariaville, and Naturally Vegan 011, and also to my 2 other ASMR channels, Scorpio Ann and Scorpio Ann ASMR. please comment on this video and please share it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you.